Hey everyone, this is London Bridge Bricks. In my fifth in the series of PoPPin Polybags, I'll be taking a look at set number 30271, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mikey's Mini Shellraiser. Now this set came out in 2015, has 47 pieces, one minifigure, and retails for roughly £4 in the UK and $5 in the US. That's the brief, let's go and take a closer look. So here we have it then, and I've got to say, it's a good looking polybag, isn't it? I'm loving all the colours that are going on here. So you've got the orange Nickelodeon logo at the top here, and that's because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as far as Lego's concerned, anyway, is based on the cartoon and not the movies. Then you've got it's kind of badly sprayed on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo as well, with the kind of depiction there in the background of the landscape of their city. You've got Michelangelo down here, and of course you've got I'm not saying very, it's incredibly mini Shellraiser as well. Now I've got to say, is this a walkie-talkie or is it a remote control for the mini Shellraiser as well? Perhaps let me know in the comments below what you think it is. So this particular polybag is aimed at ages 6 to 12. Around the back, not a lot going on as always, but I've got to say, I'm liking the artwork. It kind of reminds me of a scene from Batman. But anyway, that's the outside. Let's pop it open and see what's on the inside. So here we have it then, all the elements laid bare. A couple of ones I'm going to pick on first of all is this little tyre over here. Well, I say it's a little tyre, this is the biggest tyre in the set, but I've got to say, it's pretty cool looking actually. It's very slick, very dragster-esque. Over here we've got this red tap as well. It's going to be interesting to see what we use that for. That's another interesting piece. Oh, here we go. This olive, don't get many of these. An olive cheese slope. It's quite cool, isn't it? I'm liking that. It looks very smart. Let's have a look at these instructions. I love these. They're so small, aren't they? I mean, look at it. It's puny, isn't it? It's absolutely tiny. Anyway, let's take a look there. I'm liking that. We've got the artwork there on the front from the poly bag. It was quite good, actually. Let's open it up. Anything in particularly special? There we go, look, we've got some sets there from back in the day. There we go there, any particular ones? Now I'd be interested to know if any of you out there actually built any of these, because these are really interesting sets. This particular theme completely passed me by. But of course I was in my dark age back then, but looking at these, I've got to say that set 79121, hey, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? It's like some sort of cool looking olive green submarine. Very much the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle colour, that is. And then over here, of course, we've got the instructions. Building the figure there. I can't wait to build this figure. I've got some Lego Club details as well. Let me know if any of you out there were a member of that as well. And then this is where we want to get to. So we'll get there just after this brief speed build. my first impression then, well, it was a little bit different, but it was kind of fun as well. I liked it. Now, one thing that really stuck out for me as well is that it came with an absolute oodle of spare pieces. I got all those. But anyway, we'll come back to that a little bit later, because I think there's one key element that's actually missing in this entire poly bag. And it's only a tiny little one, but I think it's quite a key one as well. But anyway, that aside, we'll come back to that in a moment. First of all though, let's take a look at the figure. So last week, I reviewed the Joker. And this week, I'm reviewing the Joker of the pack. It is, of course, Michelangelo. I'm loving it. Look at that cheeky face. But anyway, let's look at his accessory first. He comes with a walkie-talkie, which I think is a bit of a shame, really. I think Lego's missed the point there. He's a ninja. He's meant to come with nunchuckers. That's kind of what Michelangelo uses, and that's kind of what I wish he'd come with. But hey ho, we got a walkie-talkie, which I won't say no to, and it's a poly bag after all. So we've got to be kind of a little bit thankful for some of the accessories that we do get with him. But hey, Lego, next time, give us some nunchuckers. So look at this face, folks. I mean, look, is that the most cheekiest Lego figure face that you're going to see this week? It is quintessentially Michelangelo. And what a decent mould as well it is with it. You've got that tongue sticking out there, and you've got the mould of the orange band going around the eyes there. And that mould is finishing off very nicely around the back of his head in that bow as well, which I've got to say looks absolutely brilliant. Anyway, spinning back round again. Let's look at that torso, shall we? Okay, so we've got this turtle shell print going on there on the front with a little bit of body damage on there and a little bit of wear and tear, which is cool. I mean, no ninja's going to come unscathed from the odd fight here and there. And I've got to say, it's a nice looking print. It's a little bit slightly opaque. I think it could have been a darker colour, and I'll show you a comparison in just a second on that. But I've got to say, it's really nice. Now, completely unnecessary, and this is a good thing, we've got printing on the back as well, except you can't see it because you've got this marvellous mould of his shell on the back there with the brown strap going across it as well. I mean, look at the pattern. The pattern is absolutely perfect, and the coloration is really good as well. But let's pop his head off and take a look at that print while we can. So if I take that off there, now look at that print in there. That is a very nice kind of, I don't know, what colour is that? Olive green. I mean, it seems to be a bit of a thing with this set, the olive green, which is very, very turtle-esque. And then around the front there, it's just a bit lighter. I mean, I guess that is kind of his colour anyway. You can see there, just where the shoulders start, it does go a little bit darker. But I think it's just a bit odd that it's just so much darker on the back there. But, you know, I take it as it comes, and I've got to say, I do like it, but it's completely unnecessary because, of course, you've got this marvellous mould just going on in there. Anyway, let's pop his head back on again, make him whole again. Here he is. How cool does that look? I mean, that is good detail for the back of a minifigure. The back of the legs, of course, you don't even need any printing because you've got the shell that goes down the back there, which is cool. And then there's no side printing as well, no printing on the arms, but that's no surprise there, let's face it. And then around the front of the legs, yeah, we've got a little bit of printing going on there. We've got some shell printing going on along the hips and down the top of the legs as well. And of course, you've got those ninja knee pads as well, which I've got to say, looks pretty good. Now, I really like this minifigure. My only dilemma is now, do I go and collect the rest of the team? So just for a moment then, I'll just pop him there and take a look at the main build, which I've got to be honest, if I didn't know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I would not have a Scooby-Doo on what I've actually just built. I mean, let's face it, this is completely unconventional, but then I suppose the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are unconventional, aren't they? So how would I describe this? Well, I don't know. You take the A-Team van, add a splodge of dragster design, add a little bit of Batman tech and a splodge of cyberpunk, and that's it really. You kind of got the Shellraiser. Anyway, it's kind of fun as well as being unconventional, and being unconventional, I guess what the cool thing about that is you get some decent elements as well. I mean, looking on top of the roof here, we'll start up top. You've got this tap here, this red tap that's connected to the roof via this red jumper, and you've got these studs on here as well, just kind of giving the cannon a little bit more detail. And I'm loving these as well. Look, these olive green cheese slopes. I mean, they're pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I haven't got any of that colour. I've got sandy green, but I haven't got olive. and it's a really nice colour. You've got these trans yellow pieces as well, those studs on there, I'm liking that, and they're connected in via yellow jumpers as well, so we've got a few jumpers there. Like I say, you've got some decent little elements. Down round the side here, it's kind of made by 2x2 yellow bricks, and then on the sides here, we've got these doors that kind of come open like that. Now, this is obviously the mini version of the Shellraiser, and well, it doesn't really matter how tiny we made Michelangelo. Even if he went into his shell state, he's not going to fit in that at all. But it is kind of what it is. It is indeed a mini build of it. So on the back here, of course, going back to what I was saying about the dragster design, you've got these tiny little wheels on the front there. Look at how thin those tyres are. It's like something of a racing bike, isn't it? And then on the back here, you've got something that's kind of, I don't know, it's meant to be of a dragster, I guess, but they're big, fat and slick. Again, completely unconventional. But it kind of works. It's fun, isn't it? It really is. All the colours and that work really well. I mean, you've got the reds, the pinks, the olive greens, the yellows. I think they look really good. Then underneath it, you've got this piece here. You've got these 1x2 with connectors on them as well. They're quite cool. And you've got this rather nifty and quite useful, I have to say, this 2x2 round tile as well, just kind of helping to kind of hold it all together. And around the front bit kind of lets it down a little bit. I almost wish there was a bit of just a tiny little sticker put on there, or something that kind of represents a bit of a window. Maybe they could have put some sort of clip on there or something like that coming down, just to represent something, just to break up the yellow. And then on here, of course, you've got these great big bumpers that are built up with studs as well, and it's kind of like a bumper stroke track wheel, really. Again, going completely back to it being unconventional. But hey, it might be unconventional, but it's certainly fun. So my overall thoughts then on this polybag. Well, I've got to say, I really liked it. I mean, this is the first time I've done anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's a pretty cool theme from Lego. Now, if you'd like to see me follow this up with some old retro Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets as well, let me know in the comments below, because some of them are actually pretty good. Anyway, what do I think of this build? Well, it's a funny one for me, really, because it's completely unconventional, but then I'm not into doing mini vehicle builds at all, if I'm honest. I've got to say though, I do like trains, but cars, nah, it doesn't really float my boat. But I've got to say, like all polybags, they come with some useful elements as well. We've got the olive green cheese slopes, and you've got this red tap on there, and we've got an array of jumpers as well. But I do like the design. You've got a couple of good little play features in there as well, with the side doors that open up. And to be fair, it is a good representation of the Shellraiser from set 79104. But of course, the star of the show has to be Michelangelo. He was so much fun. I mean, just look at him. He looks like fun, doesn't he? He looks like the kind of guy that you kind of want to hang out with on a Friday evening or something like that. He's pretty damn cool. I really like him. I'm liking the mold on the head is fantastic. I'm loving the printing as well on the torso. Lego went completely over the top, and I'm not going to knock them for it, for putting printing on the back, only because you've got this fantastic shell of a turtle on his back as well. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic, I've got to say. The only one element that's missing out of this whole thing for me though, and bearing in mind it came with 6 spares, is a pizza slice. I mean, come on Lego, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're synonymous with pizza. And I just wish it came with a pizza slice. I mean, I would have even swaped it for this walkie-talkie as well. But hey ho, you can't have it all, and it is at the end of the day just a polybag. But I have to say, I really like the set, and if you're into Ninja Turtles and you fancy something a little bit different, you will too. Thank you as always for tuning in. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Now let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see me pop open a particular polybag in this series. And don't forget, you can follow the channel on Instagram and Twitter, and if you're new around here, why not hop on and subscribe and become a big part of the LBB family. I'll leave you now with some videos that I think you might like.